All right, America, and to our friends around the world, welcome back. We're continuing on from the other video introducing the simple conversation, asking what one is doing, and the response was that they were at work. Oftentimes, when dealing with somebody, the next question is, Wanneer ben je klaar? Wanneer ben je klaar? Wanneer ben je klaar? Again, with these cards, feel free to either copy them down onto your own index cards or do a screenshot, you know, the Windows snip and stitch, or I always forget what it's called on Linux. It could be called screenshot. I could be mistaken. I just checked the hold down menu, but I didn't use it. But regardless, Wanneer ben je klaar? There can be a variety of answers to such a query, such a question. But often one one of two is going to, just think about it in your everyday conversation. When are you going to be done? I don't know. Well, if you're at work, when are you going to be done? 5 o'clock. There's variables. So I'm going to introduce two answers that you can play with. I mean, one is going to be subjective to whether or not you work the traditional Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5 or 6, schedule, and you're going to have to change the hour to represent it, especially if you're a shift worker. If you're a shift worker going in at 10:30, 11 o'clock at to start your shift for graveyard, or you're ending your shift at 10:30 or 11 o'clock, or you're going to need to be more proficient with the numbers, which was done last week in the numbers video. Wanneer ben je klaar? Wanneer ben je klaar? This, and as far as simplifying, remember, je, you, bien, being. The hard part, or the more difficult, because it doesn't seem to translate as visibly, is the Wanneer. So when, being, you, and finally the word klaar. Klaar, complete. Associate the heavy K sound phonetically of klaar with the heavy K sound for the C word complete in English. Both have the heavy K phonetic beginning. Klaar is similar, represents complete, done. It means other things too, but for this context of Wanneer bien, Wanneer ben je klaar, when, being, you, complete. Ik weet het niet. 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 Remember, with Dutch, the W's have the V pronunciation. The previous video, I had the alphabet pronunciation key. So, ik weet het niet. It's human nature to want to pronounce it as similar to what you're familiar with, but it is pronounced weet. And the emphasis on niet, because of the I, people, at least I want to pronounce it niet, but that's because of decades of, first making fun of and then later learning Russian as niet being no. But this is Dutch and niet. But there is that commonality. Just as in English, no is no, then uh, signifying negative. In Russian, niet means no, signifying negative. Also in Dutch, niet with the N, also signifying negative, as in not. Ik weet het niet. The pronunciation, you want to get the N as if you were pronouncing meat, but not as a heavy double E sound in the middle. It's not a prolonged E, it's neat. So that would be one answer to the first question. Ik weet het niet. Ik ben klaar om 5. Vanavond. Vanavond. Ik ben klaar om 5. Vanavond. All right. Right off, I want to throw out a trivial thing that might help you with this. Avond is evening. But how come it has vanavond? Vanavond. And it's pronounced, with the D, it's a heavier D, almost a T ending to it. Van. Anybody that reads comic books or has been watching, the horrible Fantastic Four movies that they've put out over the last 30 years, who's the nemesis of the Fantastic Four? Dr. Doom. What is his name? Dr. Von Doom, or something to that effect. Von. Von is similar as DE is in French, as O or Mac is to Ireland and Scotland. And those refer to the word of or son of. So van avond is 2 words, and it means of evening. Ik ben klaar om 5. Vanavond. So what you're saying, of night, of evening, rather. Ik ben klaar om 5. Vanavond. So keep those things in mind. We've already covered ik is essentially the pronoun of I. Bien is, your being, am. Klaar is complete. And now we know vanavond is of evening. Good luck. Let me know how you're doing with all the flashcards and videos.